G'day mates, it's a Doctor here, and it's time to go over the last Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile that I'm going to be doing for a while, and that is going to be on Rockets. So, Rockets were a deck that was used by Revolver in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns anime, and some people have used Rockets as a Dragon Link deck, quote-unquote. I don't think you can extra link your opponent unless they figured out a way to, like the meta players have figured out to perform an exorbitant amount of swarming with Rockets. And you can kind of do it, but yeah, let's just go over what I have for a Rokket deck. So let's take out the extra deck for the moment. And first of all, here is a Rokket Secron, and yeah, RIP to normal rares, because I hear they're going to be gone, which just seems weird, I tell you. But Rokket Secron, what does it do? When it's normal summon, you can target a level 5 or higher Dark Dragon monster in the graveyard, and you can special summon in defense. So you can go for an easy Link 2 monster, or of course, Synchro Summoning, because Rokket Secron is a tuner. Then you got some of the other Rokket monsters. So the gimmick with Rockets is when they're destroyed, you can special summon another Rokket monster of a different name than the one that was destroyed at the end phase of the turn it was destroyed. So you can do it during your opponent's turn as well. So Auto Rokket Dragon, if it's targeted by a Link monster, oh yeah, they can self-destruct. If it's targeted by a Link monster, you can destroy this card, then send a spell or trap on the field to the grave. Magno Rokket can send a monster from deck to grave. It's got 1800 attack, so that's pretty good. And I believe Anthos Rokket, sorry if I'm all over the place, not going to do it anymore, but Anthos Rokket can target a face-up monster and negate its effects, yeah, of course. Okay, moving on. So, Rokket Tracer is a level 4 tuner, which can search for deck for another Rokket monster, but it's also easy to summon out Borlow's Savage Dragon. Silver Rokket Dragon, when it's destroyed, you can banish a monster from your opponent's extra deck. So, very good. Very good, and it has 1900 attack. Absolrata Dragon, if you control a Rokket monster, you can special summon it from the hand, and if it's sent to the graveyard, even with Foolish Burial or something like that, you can then add a Rokket from the deck to your hand. But keep in mind, it is a Dark Dragon, but it isn't a Rokket monster. That's something to remember. And of course, being a level 7 monster, if you summon it with Rokket Secron, you can then summon, Synchro Summon Borlowed Savage Dragon. Then of course you got Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, Monster Reborn, Rageki, Allure of Darkness. There is a card called Scribdraw which you could use, but the reason I'm using Allure of Darkness is because Scribdraw, you have to destroy a Rokket as cost on the field, but that can be a little inconvenient if you're going first. Then I'm using 2 copies of Super Polymerization, because, well, it's just a really good card, and it's another deck kind of like Destiny Heroes that is relying on dark attribute monsters. Then quick launch to quickly special summon a Rokket from the deck. So again, you have easier ways of going for your Synchro Summon on the first turn, or Link Summon, whichever you want to go with. And Dragon Shrine, which is like the Foolish Burial for dragons, so a good way of sending Absolrata from your deck to the grave, and then you can just add another Rokket from the deck to your hand. So yeah, crazy stuff. Got Dragon's Mirror here, which I don't remember when the last time this card was reprinted, but it's like the Miracle Fusion, kind of like Necro Fusion, but for dragons. And well, Necro Fusion is still kind of it still works for this deck for your opponent's turn, and I'll explain later. But sticking with the spells, we got Boral Regenerator, which is kind of like Monster Reborn, but for Rockets only. And if it's destroyed, if a Rokket is destroyed, then you get to draw a card off of this. Bootstick the Launch is the field spell. Yeah, I know they look very similar. It's just reversed artwork, pretty much. But Bootstick the Launch lets you special summon Rockets from the graveyard and give them 300 attack, kind of like a regular field spell would do, where it increases the stats of monsters. But yeah, it's kind of like Will of a Salamangreat, how you could just special summon more and more Rockets from the graveyard, as long as your opponent has more monsters than you do. So even if it's just one Rokket monster, then that can make all the difference. Torrential Tribute, really good card. When again, because Rockets rely on destroying themselves to special summon themselves from the deck. And there's a card similar to Torrential Tribute called Needle Sealing, but to activate it you need 4 or more monsters, and you destroy face-up monsters only. So again, to activate it, you need 4 more monsters, and it destroys all face-up monsters. So, ooh, yeah, if you have a face-down monster, then you can save that monster. But now we have Necro Fusion to fusion summon from the graveyard, and you can go for something like Borload Furious Dragon, which Borload Furious Dragon. I broke my promise. I just realized. But yeah, Borload Furious Dragon. You can target a monster you control, like itself, and a card your opponent controls, destroy it. So doing this during your opponent's turn can inconvenience them and surprise them. But yeah, I'm sorry if I'm a bit disorganized, but there's just so much to talk about. So Striker Dragon is kind of like Balinks in a way, like Salamangreat Balinks, how you can summon it, search for a field spell, like Boot Sector Launch. That's why I'm only using 1 copy of Boot Sector, because you're pretty much guaranteed it, because all you need is a low 4 lower dragon monster. And then, this is just a proxy, you definitely need more copies of Striker Dragon. Then, Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. This is such bizarre artwork. It's kind of like a planetary alignment of the solar system. I don't know what the story is here, but there's like a temple at the bottom, if you guys can see that. Very weird. It's a very weird looking card, but you just need 2 dragon monsters to summon it. Unfortunately, you can't summon this with Rocket Seekron, because Rocket Seekron says you cannot summon monsters from the extra deck except dark monsters, and unfortunately, Heavenly Spheres is light. Then a Quad Ball Dragon is a Link 2, which you can go with Rocket Seekron. And with this card, you can discard a card, target a face-up monster you control, and destroy it. Yeah. Then Booster Dragon, target a face-up monster and give it an attack, or you can just use the Rockets to self-destruct. Topological Boris is a very interesting Link monster. It can work with any deck because it just requires 2 or more effect monsters, and if a monster is summoned to its arrows, banish everything on the field. And then on the next standby phase, you can special summon itself. Borgar can protect itself from card effects, and it's kind of like Junk Gardener from Seacrons, that you can switch their battle position. And then of course, Borload Dragon. And now for the Synchro monsters, Cyber's Quantum Dragon. So this card lets you attack twice, where the first attack, it will bounce the monster back to the hand, and then you can attack again. And I don't think it targets either, does it? Start with damage step. No, it doesn't target, so you can bounce Blue Eyes, Chaos Max, or anything with more attack points than Quantum Dragon. Then Battle Lord, Savage Dragon. I'm surprised this card hasn't been reprinted yet. It really should be. Because I think it's $40 for an ultra rare. But it's going to be reprinted in the Megatins this year, which is going to be based on the tablet from Duel Monsters, from what I've heard. And then this is a card I should have included in my Seekron deck profile, but this is Draco Berserker of Etenyi. So when a monster effect is activated, quick effect, you can banish it. So it doesn't negate, but just... yeah, anyway, when opponent's monster effect activates, just banish. And it's a quick effect. So that's crazy. And on top of that, this card gains attack if it destroys a monster in battle, and yeah, this thing is nuts. And actually, it's not on video, but I managed to pull this from it was a special edition, the special edition of a Chaos Impact. Yes, that's the set. So I'm surprised that I managed to pull this card. Again, not on video, but yeah. So now I got copies of I mean, when I say copies, I mean targets for Super Polymerization. So Mud Dragon and Starving Venom, kind of like with Destiny Heroes, because you're using dark attributes. And now for some alternative options I'm going to show you. So Here you have a Dragon Ravine to, continuously send dragons from your deck to the graveyard. And you also have Dragoon Knight Romulus, which requires 2 dragons. Not dark again, but it searches for a Dragon Ravine. And then Book of Moon, I did ask this in another video, but with cards like in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, the Paleozoic Canadia, I think it is, and there's Bottomless Trap Hole. I don't think it's bottomless, it's something else, where you flip your opponent's monsters face down. If, say, like Soul Eating Overraptor, when it's summoned, you can search your deck for a monster, but if you flip it face down when it's summoned, it doesn't go off, which is weird. But yeah, if someone can confirm for me, then I would greatly appreciate it. I'll even pin your comment to the top of the video. How about that? But another thing is Extra Foolish Burial. So I used this with another Link monster called Delingus Dragon. I can't find it. But Delingus Dragon lets you special summon itself from the graveyard if you special summon a Rokket monster, I believe. And because it's Link 2, then yeah, just easy Link summoning. However, I believe, well, I know for a fact, the judge told me that Delingus Dragon needs to be sent to the graveyard first by Link summoning, and then you can use his Vector Special Summon itself, which seems weird. I don't know why there's that restriction, but yeah, if that's the case, then Extra Foolish Burial is kind of a worthless card if you can't special summon monsters back from the graveyard, like Destiny and Dragoon. But if anyone can confirm that for me with this and Book of Moon, I'll greatly appreciate it. But that's going to be my Rokket deck profile. And I do have, you could use the Guard Dragons, like Guard Dragon LP, and there's another one which I dare not say because YouTube is very sensitive to certain words. I think I know, you know which one I'm talking about. It's the red one, I'm certain. But yeah, that's going to be deck profile for Rokkets, and I think I will do a deck profile on the Legendary Ocean deck, which is my most popular deck profile for some reason. And I'll do that whenever the special edition of the Legendary Duelist pack comes out later in the year, because they're going to be combining those Duelist packs into one set. So yeah, I do have some of the cards like Citadel Whale, but yep, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like this and want to see maybe some older Yu-Gi-Oh! Openings, did an opening on Shining Darkness, which was pretty good, as you can see, and also managed to pull a blank card. And there are other older Yu-Gi-Oh! Openings that I've done, like Abyss Rising, which I title Insane. And that's not clickbait, I'm serious. That is not clickbait. It was literally insanity. But, yep, I think my next deck profile is going to be on Legendary Ocean, and until next time, take care, mates.